if you can see the gap in there against my bald skull. This show could be the worst episode ever. I'm just really trying to make the best episode, but it just comes out this way.
George texted me 40 minutes ago and said your internet sucks.
But you know what doesn't suck?
Tacos.
Oh.
Carnitas tacos don't suck, dude.
Yeah. Jerry's book. It's called Concrete Balloons. It's poetry. And if you want to spare yourself of Jibber J reading an excerpt from Concrete Balloons, you will send us a lot of money. I have 3 separate studios we do this from, and everyone is a complete disaster. Welcome to Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. There's a lot of stuff going on, or actually not going on, because nothing is working. Microphones quit working. My taste in tequila obviously quit working. It's on the show.
This is?
Look, it's on the internet. It's waiting for dirt bike test.
So that's you, right?
I wonder why it's waiting.
Because you have a fucking chipped glass here.
Well, I was going to bring a glass over. Oh, I know what you do. Go over to that window over there. No, I got... Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, man.
Yeah.
Good to meet you, bro.
Tonight, we're going to do something special. It's a Today in the Shop episode, which means we are going to work on something. And I told you last time that I wanted to tear apart my KTM 300. So that's what I'm going to do. This show would not be possible. That is not good tequila if you have to do it like that.
I don't drink, bro.
Okay, go get the glass.
Here, we're good. Look.
Good. Okay, turn that off so we get an echo.
Okay.
And then go grab a glass. There's these little boxes in that windowsill. Go grab one of those for me. Co-hosting tonight, helping us out, as usual, when I've run into pickles, Big John.
Back at it again?
Yeah. Our highest viewed guest host.
Still.
On 2 shows. Yeah, I have no idea what you're doing. You're sharing it with all your friends. I think it was because last time we said you beat up on small people, and everybody thought that would be fun.
That's fine. I might throw a little extra,
stuff in.
So I get the wife watching.
Yes, and we also have a drop-by guest. It's very rare that you find this guy off the mountains, but he came out to the... Is this mountains or flatland?
Is that what I want? This is flatland.
Jibber J Moto Middleton. So yeah. Also, don't tell anybody in his union, because he's not allowed to be on camera.
Yeah, I might get in trouble.
With that, in trouble.
Let's get paid big. But,
And-
I'm taking one for the team tonight.
Yeah, and Jay did bring me a special gift of tequila. It's not mine. He's actually going to take it back.
I'm going to make tacos, too.
Oh, during the show.
Yes.
Well, when we're tearing into this bike, you're going to do that.
Yeah, I got
So this
Carnitas
is the
tacos.
Espolon Tequila Blanco, which I like. It's 2 happy faces, I think, on my list.
At least I'm trying to bring something to the table. I don't show up empty-handed.
Mm-hmm. Don't show up empty-handed.
That's what I
So
was looking for.
that's exactly it.
Pretty rad.
You should open that thing up so I can pour my beer into it.
Oh, I think you're going to give me one.
I'll give you one.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
one.
It's a class of 2024
Oh,
Hall of Fame
rad, dude.
class.
It's a
Yeah.
collector's item. I'm adding to my No Effects last concert can.
Yeah.
Pretty rad.
Yeah, it's a cool little thing. So we can pour that beer in there, because I opened my beer with the ratchet handle and it didn't do well. It broke the lip off, but at least I looked at it.
Most people would grab another beer.
I'm poor,
I would have never looked at it.
except for these millions of followers you have in the show. So if you have
There you go, brother.
any questions for us, be sure to put them up in the chat.
You're rad.
You cleaned your shop, says Jeremy Franklin.
Just for today.
It happened about 10 minutes before I got in here. First of all, tell us how the sound is. That helps. And Victor's back.
Victor.
Yeah. Vatos. Yeah. Hey, chingazo. So, tonight's show. And the problem is I had a remote camera, a small camera that I was going to be able to use to show the details. So I'm just going to burn into that bike. We'll talk. Jay can come over here and talk to the microphone. I can yell across the shop. But we're going to see what I think it's about 80 or 90 hours after 150 hours. It had 100 actually, let me check.
150 on an OEM cylinder and then put another piston in it?
At 131 hours, I put a Vertex piston in.
Piston only. Piston ring.
Okay, hold on. Hold the horses. Little break here to explain that in making this video, when we were doing this live, or mostly me, I got confused. And I've said this many times in this podcast, when we're doing the podcast, there's a lot going on, and sometimes I forget things. And this goes back to when I rebuilt the KTM 300 the last time. I didn't do what I usually do, which is write down what piston was in it and how many hours and some other things. So when we were pulling this apart, I was using the information that was written on the motorcycle, and that indicated that it had a Vertex piston that had been put in at about 143 hours. So in the life of this bike, it has way more than that now. In fact, I took the Vertex out, and I'm pretty sure, because we went and watched some old videos that I made, and we did this in the beginning of the year when it was much cooler. I could tell by what we were wearing, and I could tell by the date that video was posted or uploaded. And since then, the bike has another 40 to 50, probably closer to 50 hours on it with a Pro X piston that's been in there. So we're kind of going off the information that was on the bike and what I remembered. And since every time I do this show, I forget everything I do during the show, it was hard for me to remember all this stuff. And the hour meter is off the bike because I put the chainsaw rack. So a lot of the stuff when we're talking on this video is inaccurate in that it's a whole nother piston that's been in the bike. The other thing that we messed up on was we're trying to crank, and you'll see this later in the video, we are trying to get that spark plug off, and it didn't want to come off. In fact, we couldn't find our 21 millimeter wrench, just like the last time we looked in the toolbox when we did take the spark plug out and we couldn't find the 21 millimeter wrench. So sometimes I have to go back and watch video to remember the specific things that I did. When you see this and we accurately describe what we see with the spark plug, the only thing is we have seen this spark plug before, and if the gap on the spark plug was what it was then as it is now, there's no way it would have gone back in the bike. So take that for what it's worth. And when you listen to this or watch this later on in the video and you see what we see, that's the most important part. But I have taken that spark plug out before. We have it on video. So sometimes I have to do this. Anyways, enjoy the rest of the video. Realize that this is a live show when we're doing it. I'm pre-recording this right now, or post-recording it to explain, because when something starts going wrong, I want to learn from it. I want to understand it. And some of the stuff in this video at the end didn't exactly make sense, but we were running with the show and we just kind of kept it going. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, be sure, please drop them in the chat or the comments. You can always send us an email. And now back to the disaster that is Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. I hope, like I did, you learned something from this show. Piston rings, yeah, just slid it into the cylinder. And so what I switch over here is to the wide shot, and I'll go talk to the other camera. So what I did, it's not tracking.
No, you're not tracking me, but
it's following you. It likes you better than me.
I'm in.
Yeah. So I wrote down here 131 hours on the when I put the Vertex piston in, and I keep really good data about that. And I'll show you the odometer that records the. You have to come over here, John.
You know, I kind of love this about a guy that owns so many motorcycles, that you have to label make which motorcycle each one is.
Right.
See, in my garage, I don't ever miss track of
When
which
you're
one
30,
is
you're
which.
not in your 60s, and your vision is much better. Your memories, your hard drive's not full like Jimmy's.
So I was gonna go and I was gonna pull the bag out that has the odometer. Oh, here it is here. So this is the odometer that's recording the hours. See, it says 300 on it. Right here. So this is the one that's recording the hours on that bike, but I put a chainsaw rack on it, and this doesn't fit anymore. So that the hour count could be hour count can be a little bit off. But anyways, I'm pretty good at averaging it and figuring it out. So I'm saying that this bike is right now at 200-ish hours because I'm pretty sure this piston has 80 hours on it. It sounds like it to me. So that's what I'm working on. Let me work on this a little bit more.
What are you listening to? A little bit of slap, a little bit of
yeah. It's performance. First, I feel the performance, and it's getting a little bit, it's a little bit lackadaisical on the throttle. It's almost like the compression went down a little bit. Right. It's a little bit of that.
So you can feel it.
So don't you think it'd be a better idea to buy like an aluminum high compression head? And
just put it right on top of the old piston.
Remap.
No. I think I should rebuild it back to stock. Yeah. You know what someone told me that said the reason that you're a good co-host is he asks you really good questions. Yeah.
Can I have a stupid question?
Okay.
How long does it take a guy like you to put 200 hours on a bike like this? Like, is it a year, a couple years?
6 weeks.
No, it actually takes a long time because there's a lot of bikes in here.
Yeah, but in general, like,
and they're not all.
That seems like a lot of hours, 200 hours for your average rider.
You would be surprised too, because it does take a long time to.
Because you go ride, it's in a couple hours. Most people ride for a couple hours.
But you go riding for 3 hours, and you probably only put 2 hours.
Yeah,
so
that seems like a lot.
200.
So that's maybe like a couple years.
Yeah, it's so 200. This bike, I should have. I have a in my phone, but I don't want to turn my phone on because it'll wreck the internet connections. I have the date I put the piston in, and sometimes I write the date down on there too. But there's certain things I write on the bike. I'll put a little note on the bike because I know it's not going to go anywhere. I'm not going to lose that note.
Right.
And sometimes I get so busy doing this, like I'll do this show, and then I'll forget everything I did during the show. So I have to go, and I don't want to watch it because it's horrible. So I just do what I do, but I write it on the bike, and then that way it's always there.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll put the date, like
But that seems like a long time, 200 hours to me. That seems like a lot of time.
It's had 3. I think this is 3rd top end.
Oh wow.
So, anyways, let me quit bullshitting and get into it because I got a whole top end to take apart here. This won't take. But
I would say your average Joe is probably in the 50 hours a year.
Yeah.
And that's a guy that
rides on the weekends.
He might ride it once a weekend.
Sound is good. Thank you.
Once a month,
Okay.
something like that. I would say that's a reasonable amount of time.
So that's a couple, 2-3 years out of bike. If you ride all the time, you wouldn't have to really worry about it for that long.
And there is a lot.
And then talk at that thing there.
Yeah.
Help out a little.
Well, because you get two totally different extremes when it comes to motorcycle maintenance guys. Because you get some people that go, there's no way can't possibly have 200 hours on this thing. I need to rebuild the motor, and they might have 30. And then you get the guy that has 200 hours. That's fantastic. I think I need to step back to get a.
Yeah.
I
pulled out this crate so I could throw everything in.
But yeah, so you get kind of that there's always going to be two different extremes of people.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, the average rider, so that's.
Yeah. But it is nice to understand that odds are your bike probably doesn't have 200 hours on it. You know.
And another thing is we're not going to do Roosterendo tonight because I'm not prepared. Is the real reason. And but I'm pretty sure that our best comment of the night is going to get a Takamoto gift certificate. The best comment of the night gets the one that brings us the most enjoyment.
I like that.
Yeah. So Victor, you're winning because you said Odele Vatos.
Table, lay everything out perfectly, just throws it all in.
I've done it a few times.
I've tried for years.
Yeah, John will help me out with some of this stuff.
Yeah.
A little bit, allegedly.
I probably could have pulled that fuel line off. But
that's okay. We're getting there. I tell you what, the one thing that KTMs are pretty good at is making it so it's easy to get to this point right here.
So it's not like a Suzuki.
No, like hidden fasteners and stuff like that. No, not.
the single bolt.
Hey, you may wonder why there's no Yamahas in the shop because Yamaha is a big sponsor of Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. I'll tell you why. Because Yamahas never break and you never need to work on them. That's how good they are. But the KTMs, on the other hand, you've read the internets, right? So, yeah. Where am I at here?
Pipe probably next thing to come off.
You got a bucket for radiator juice or?
Yeah, right. Clear one.
Oh,
over
here,
here.
I just moved it.
Yeah. Oh, you moved it out of the way?
Yeah.
So 200 hours, expect that beat up for 200 hours, especially knowing how you ride it. Like,
No, I'm very careful with my bike.
There's a difference between riding hard and beating your stuff.
Right.
You know, there's always going to be, like, you can ride a motorcycle fast without, you know, crushing the gear shift together. And, you know what I mean? Like, without slamming gears hard and forcing them in. And
That's like you were telling me because you don't know how to ride.
Well, yeah,
I know.
a lot of that. And especially when you're transitioning from I'm learning how to ride to I'm wanting to ride fast.
Okay.
You know, it's more of a young guy type deal, but it does happen. You know,
Hey,
where
just in case you're
starting to
curious, so
ride
the pipe I'm running on this is actually one of the Lex pipes from Tusk, and it's doing pretty damn good. I think it's a slightly thicker gauge by a little bit than stock, and we have a kind of a first impression review on it, and I need to kind of go and update that, but it's the same shape as the stock one. There's not a lot of difference. I felt it had a little bit crisper throttle response, but like since I'm taking my bike apart, the throttle response is not as crisp as it used to be. There, where did that spring go? Did you see the other spring? Is it hanging out up there? It's still hanging out up there. And I'm going to show you another part that I put on a lot of my KTM 2-strokes. I don't have a lot of them. I put them on in the past. This is the current. Well, I may be in possession of another KTM. You're gonna like
I
it.
see there's one over there.
See that new one?
That ain't yours.
Well, it might be
No way.
because the owner of that bike came by and he brought it by along with Jerry Bernardo. So it's Gene Woods. Gene brought that bike by.
I was gonna say you should let me guess because it's clean enough to be George's, but it doesn't have enough stuff bolted onto it for it to be George's.
Yeah, so it's not George's. And so Gene decided he wanted to have some stuff done, maybe lower the suspension or something. I had just pulled a KTM 390 out of the shop, and he sat on it and bounced on it. You want to take it for a ride? Well, he took it for a ride around the lot, you know?
The 390.
He came back, parked, kind of like looking at it, walked through the walk around. I go, want to take it for a longer ride? It's like, yeah, he took off.
Left it.
No, came back, and he's like, you selling this? I'm like, yeah. He's like, what for? And hey, if you're listening to this, don't even try to snake me on this deal. I said, I'll trade you.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what a 390 is worth.
Well, the wheels on that are probably worth more than the bike. That's some nice W wheels on that KTM 390. So,
Yeah, because I remember.
yeah, so I just got myself into the realm of where
I was
need-
gonna say that thing is way too nice for him.
Okay, do we have any questions in the chat? We got to look at this every once in a while. Let's see here. So somebody, Jay, you know what you can do?
What's that?
You can come over here and don't push that as a bad button to push. Close. Okay, so what you want to do is these questions over there.
Read them out to
Oh,
me.
you know what? Jordan Burns just said something.
NMF.
NMF. Extreme NMF.
I told him we were going to burn this shirt on the podcast today.
Oh, really?
Yep. He said, please do.
Oh, is that one for sale anymore?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, probably.
Oh, this is one of the, okay. So I like this. Like I really like a Chirby skid plates. 4 Allen. It has big 4
So
written
you
on
need me to
it.
do
Actually,
the monitor stuff? No.
yeah, just read the
That feels
question.
like-
Go over there. Go over there and read the questions. You read them out loud, and then that way we can answer them on the show. That's what we do.
I like that.
Hey, you claim
You
you.
your shop sounds good. Turn off your porn downloads while you're broadcasting. Come on, dude. You got to have some fun. Extreme NMF. I got eyes on your CRF 450X. That's
There's 2 up there too. Yeah.
They go into the frame. They're nuts.
Oh wait, that's not mine. That's Jerry's bike. It's here for some service.
Relax. There's a lot of bikes here, dude. I'm tripping. There's a lot of bikes like that 450. There's nuts.
Hey Jimmy, is this skid plate a sponsor?
No. Well, no, but yeah, you can sock. No.
But I
See,
did
the
bring
numbers,
tequila
they
and
got
tacos for tonight.
At this rate, you have the 4. Is that what you're using there?
Yeah.
John? I can't find my 4 Allen. I've just stuck 2 different sizes of 4 Allens that weren't 4 Allen. This is 4.
That's why I grabbed the 10.
That's because you have a lot of stuff here, dude.
Did it work for the back ones?
Yeah, if I can get.
Well, I'll tell you what the good thing about that skid plate is. It's not going to fall off.
Oh, dude, you've got to be kidding me. There's 2 more.
Yeah,
Why's your camera staring at the wall?
because it's looking for John.
Oh.
Here, let me
It
tell it.
likes John.
Let me tell it that I'm the most important person in the room.
Good Lord, man.
Okay. Camera was looking for John. Thanks for catching that, Jay.
we got it.
I mean, you work for the union.
I mean,
You should
I
know.
have to be useful or you're kicking out.
You know. So, these are why these are special.
I want one of those. Do you have one for
I'm
them?
going to show you why. Hold on.
Because your name at the bottom? Is there a worm that pops out at the bottom at some point?
Is my I
know, I saw
knew
that. I
Has
saw
my
my
freaking
outfit.
initials
Yeah,
on
I
it.
know, that's rad.
Oh, you know
That's
what?
nice.
No. Janie did this for me. That's really cool. This is a
Super
collector's
cool.
item.
I know, I want
I
one.
put more beer in it.
Okay.
Does one of them feel like kind of stripped out?
Oh,
Like
they're
it got
They're
hammered.
hammered.
Well, I mean, it's on the bottom of the skid plate.
Let it be said, that is one of the most well-mounted skid plates.
Okay, so the skid plate we're pulling off right now is a TM Design Works plastic skid plate, and it was on the bike, and I think I complained about it. I think I actually knocked it off, and I told them about it, and they said, "Oh,
That'll never happen again.
yeah," and then they sent me the upgrade.
They welded the plastic to your frame so it wouldn't come
So
off.
what John's doing right now is John is because the bottom are 4mm Allens, and John is tapping the 4mm Allen wrench up into the very well dented.
Yeah.
Then it gonna work?
Yeah, it'll work.
Okay,
My good leg is kicking it hard.
I was gonna see if I could do something else.
Why does that have to come off?
Because we'll drain all the antifreeze onto the skid plate.
You
and
can't
then
get that off.
Actually, this motor may come out tonight. The whole motor
Do you
might
have the
come out.
parts to put it back together?
Yeah, I could. If it's just a top end, I could put it back together. I'm gonna get the Torx wrench and start blasting the. I want to take off the engine mounts while I'm standing down. doing
Jimmy, you got a pick?
a pick. Yes.
I think I asked this earlier. Is this the bike that you got from up there?
There we go.
Kind of far to
I have
pick
a
this bike
killer
up?
set of tools.
A couple years ago. Was this the same model?
The 300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same one you had in your van when you were in the mountains. The whole deal. You ride
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
You ride this bike a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. This is my go-to kind of trail donkey. It's for when the good thing about this is I can ride it in the gnarly stuff. There's nothing like a good 300 two-stroke.
Yeah, no, I like it.
Except the KDX 220.
KDX 220, John's favorite.
Except to start bar.
Well, we went trail riding on one of those too.
Yeah, what's
You
gonna
wanna talk
happen when
about
there's
that
no?
thing,
What's
or-
gonna happen if there's no wrench on these electric bikes?
Oh,
They're not just mechanical beasts that don't require a wrench.
why don't you roll that Can-Am in here? Just roll it into the back of the scene, Jay.
This bike's bad, dude.
So what we're testing currently at Dirt Bike Test right now, what's on the well, everything's being tested always. Oh, now we lost it. Started following Jay.
Maybe it likes me. It doesn't saw my beautiful camera face.
This could be the worst video podcast ever. And Jordan says we're 100% NMF.
This bike's sick.
Oh, we don't need it for auxiliary lighting. Just roll it in here.
I know it's bad.
And I want to ask you some questions about it, just
Yeah.
when you
No,
know,
this bike's fucking rad.
so we can take a chisel and you got it.
Is this bike out? They sell these now, obviously?
That skid plate took almost as much time to dismount as the as it's going to take to get.
Yeah,
on
but
the
I
highway.
promise you are never going to find one of those on the side of the trail.
No,
That thing is very well mounted.
and I mean this. The only time I take it off is pretty much when I do something like this.
This isn't really that heavy either.
Okay, wait a minute. That's a real interesting comment. That's
It doesn't seem that heavy, or at least it's balanced well because the battery all the weight's low. So I don't know. It doesn't seem that heavy for such a big bike.
Okay, you're the. I'll tell you right now. You're the very first person that said that about the Can-Am.
Well, I had a Zero that was really heavy, electric Zero that was badass.
Okay.
But it felt a lot heavier.
Yeah, but you had camera mount rigs on it.
No, not right off the bat. I had my personal DSR.
Okay, I'm gonna come and check the comments here real quick.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not doing my job.
That's okay. Let's see. Casey
I know they're not
McCoy said,
paying
my
this year,
wife would like to get a small adventure bike. What is your recommendation? KTM 390 or a Honda 300? She currently rides the Honda 230 and the Beta 80 SR Trials. Well, Casey, I think the best one is the KTM 390 that I'm staring at right here. I have two of them, and one of them for sale. I'll make you a really good deal.
I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up tomorrow.
Maybe for a Mammoth Gold card or
I'll
something
drop
like
it
that.
off at Casey's house
Yeah.
in the
Do
morning.
you have room for two?
Yeah, I can put that one inside.
Yeah, it's going in a van possibly to get delivered to you. And we lagging boys. I don't think is lagging boys legal.
What's the range on this
It's like
thing?
an Islander thing.
You know?
We're kind of. So the KTM I ran it out in like 40 miles.
That's it?
Yes, but we were doing sand dunes and doing photos and getting on it and.
40
and,
miles.
Oh, is there a rat's nest down there? I tried to blow most of that out.
And does this have the quick charger, or is it not set up with the quick charge?
Right down there. Drop your hand down on the
Yeah.
side. Pull that little pocket out. Come up. Open that up.
Okay.
So it has that.
Yeah. So that charges it much faster. It's an hour.
Yeah, and I have a 110 charger. It comes with a 110
Right, but
charger.
that takes
It's about
forever.
3 or 4 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah. So okay, pop the radiator cap. Back to the KTM
So,
300.
Normally,
Look at this rock right here. It's been this rock has gone for a really good ride. Right there. Wait, we're on the wrong camera.
Yeah.
I forgot to switch the camera back. Don't worry, we're trying to do two things at once. There is nobody else that does. Nobody else does live bike teardown podcasts. So this rock is. I just found underneath my gas tank. It's from the ages.
So normally I would wash my bike off first before pulling the motor apart.
No, I did wash this bike. I washed it pretty good.
That's washed. That's just parum dust. That's not like dirt. It's just parum dust.
Well, it's actually it's more than front dust. It's this has got some trail dust.
You're
On
gonna
it.
make me have to pee now.
That's what it sounds like.
It's gonna make me have to pee. Blue coolant?
Yeah, high performance. It's just some blue coolant.
They don't use that in their electric bikes.
You're a fan of this thing, huh?
I don't know, dude. I'm old and I just like it. They're kind of like easy. It's lazy man.
Whatever it is.
But the power, the responsiveness, it's nice on it.
So if you have any questions,
Can you
we
do
are
sneaky?
rebuilding a KTM 300 tonight, or not rebuilding. We're just disassembling to see where it's at. The bike has, we think, 80 miles. Do you want to fight each other with this balance thing, or you got it?
Well, if it was balanced, you wouldn't be pulling on it.
Yeah, I know. So we just dismounted the skid plate and draining the coolant. I think that's enough. Hopefully the bottom end doesn't have to come out on this thing, but this is why we tear them apart. Power off cover. So this is a T.
You know TM?
This is the TPI. So the next size down. That's a 3. Trace.
Feels like a 2.5.
Yeah. No,
That was
that's. I don't know what. See, I used to know my own colors on my wrenches and stuff, but it's not a 4; it's a 3, and that was not.
I'm pretty
that-
sure I just handed you a 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5. Let's see. I'll bet you I can get one of these guys here. That's too big. This one here.
Good
maybe.
thing we set up all the tools prior to this event.
That's how you do it. You know, Jay Clark
This
does
is
a
how
really
Jay
good
Clark
thing.
does his.
No, he does his like really fast. His are quick because nobody wants to pay attention for this long.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to do a top end while everybody's watching, but you guys demand it. Where is the? Let me get the right wrenches. I got the whole thing right here. Oh, that was my nice new Climb helmet. By the way, Tech Talk Taco Tuesday is brought to you by Climb. They make really nice gear, and you can take the helmets and drop them on the ground, and they come out just fine.
And
good.
you don't have to immediately replace it.
Yeah, and you don't even have to have your head inside of it when that happens. Oh, you know what? I'm sitting here sticking. Okay,
I think these guys are more stoned than me.
And Jimmy, you want that pick?
no, I need to get so that
That's a
power valve-
KTM. Is that the Torx?
Yeah, it's Torx, but it's also safety Torx. It's got the
With the hole in the middle.
It's got the hole in the middle.
Oh, yeah,
Don't worry,
it's a
these
security.
wrenches are good.
I have one in my bag.
Yeah, it's a security Torx.
I have
Oh,
one
got
in
them
my
right
hand.
here. I forgot.
Why is it a security Torx?
Because they don't want you to take it off.
It's an emissions. Because they make these in in Europe they come with those. They sell them as emissions compliant. It meets a standard, and this would be something you could mess with.
So this is something you could put a license plate on over there.
Yeah, I mean you would never ride it like that. They're horrible, but that's the price we pay.
All right. So are all of the new ones like safety Torx like that, or is it only the XCW?
Well, the new ones are electric power valve, so it's different.
What year is this, Mike?
This is a 2019. And that thing needs to come out. Slide this. I was doing stuff. Yeah, you want to start disconnecting?
Radiator hoses.
Yeah.
Let's see if anybody has anything to say.
Yeah.
Jay Clark's the man. That's from
Jay Clark. The Jay.
Doug Derby said Jay Clark is the man. JB Black. I took some tornado medication, so now the audio visual is on point. Yeah,
Good.
That helps, bro. That helps.
So if JB Black is listening, grab that book that's right there on top of the computer.
Yeah.
Go up and hold it up to the thing here. Another segment you might be interested in Tech Talk Taco Tuesday is Jerry's book. It's called Concrete Balloons. It's poetry. And if you want to spare yourself of Jibber J reading an excerpt from Concrete Balloons, you will send us a lot of money.
Yeah.
Or sponsor the
That would
segment
be
where Jay doesn't read it. So just so you know, we're going to
Pretty cool.
actually, Joe, go over in the corner and read one and not out loud. But
Read one to yourself.
read one to yourself. And I'm going to pull the radiators off and make this easy.
Well, on first, because I'm right here.
Did you hear that sound? That's the sound of a really strong. I don't like doing ad segments live on the show. Bulletproof Designs radiator guard. And these things are probably one of the best investments that you can make because radiators aren't cheap. And I tip my bike over a lot and it lands on rocks and my radiators are perfectly straight. But I will tell you, the best thing to do is buy these when your bike is new because they bolt right on, they fit perfectly, and then your radiators stay perfect.
I'll tell you what, Jimmy. They're really expensive.
I was just gonna say, how much do they cost?
They're really nice. But if there's one thing that I will do anything in my power, I don't care if it falls and breaks. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is if it breaks 5 minutes into the day, and not only have I ruined my day of riding, but I've ruined all my buddies' day of riding because now we have to try and figure out how to get me back home.
Yeah.
Because all my radiator juice is left out on the side of the trail. Then I'm the one that wasn't. Like,
Those look
that
expensive.
bothers me much more than having to buy a radiator.
These look like they're maybe what, $400?
Oh no.
No, they're they cost what a radiator costs, basically.
Yeah.
They're machined out of a piece of billet. They're burly. I mean, you think about this is not welded on.
Right.
This stuff is all machined out of a big thing.
Yeah,
It's
no, they
super,
look
super
nice. They
strong.
look nice.
So what John just said is quite interesting. I get the question like, hey, what does this cost? What does that cost? And what is it worth? And I'm by definition a little bit of a cheapskate in certain things, as Jay mentioned earlier on the show. If you weren't watching, he told you how cheap I was based on my drink selection.
Yeah, your tequila selection.
Which means he's never seen my tequila.
But he's
selection.
rich, so cheap people are always rich, so I'm jealous.
This
Yeah.
is podcasting. Must.
Yeah, because I have this podcast with millions and millions of viewers where we just take bikes apart and laugh at them. What I was trying to get at is how much is your ride worth? So that's why I run Moose's. in the tires, no flat tires. That eliminated that problem. That's why I have good radiator guards. That's why I have disc protectors. So bulletproof designs again with the disc protectors. There's little things like this that make a big difference. Is this guy, did you get this one up here? Yeah. And then do we disconnect the...
Yeah, I don't, the top quarter. So. Yeah, I don't have a lot of days to ride. You know, like,
Yeah, you don't want to waste time on the side.
I've got 2 young kids. I work a ton. It just is what it is, you know? I will not give up a day of riding.
Or something like that. Yeah,
For
a
that,
couple
yeah,
bucks.
that's not enough for me to.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't care what the radiator costs.
It's just
That's
the time.
not what
It's your
bugs
time.
me
That's
that
your window of opportunity to go play. is
Yes,
small.
that's 2 different kind of definitions of, it's not it's the parts cost or the ride ending thing. Are we gonna pull...
I was gonna pull
This whole thing can come out. That guy should be... Oh, it's connected to that one.
It's gonna be stuck at the top of the by the T, right?
Oh, that's a non.
No, leave
So
this one
Victor-
here and get that middle one out of there.
Victor Andrade said, "Do you keep a 10 mil hanging from a gold chain on your neck? How come you always have one available, Jimmy?"
Dude, 10 mil on my neck.
That's from Victor.
Yeah, well, don't worry. He's trying to win the award that we're
OBS
gonna
Studio
give.
says it disconnected.
No, that happens every once in a while. The good thing is we're recording this.
Okay,
and
you're back.
We'll try to put it up as a solid episode.
And then Lane M said, "Are we all Recluse Clutch fans?"
I am. Wait, is that like it's like a kind of a weird club that you
I don't
really
know. I
talk
gotta tell
about?
you though, I never rode one. I got a bike that has one, and I am a fan now. It took me a couple days of getting used to, but I am a fan.
So this bike has a Recluse clutch, and yes, I'm absolutely a fan. And most of my personal bikes that I ride a lot have Recluse clutches in them, and it's manly of me to admit that. You take that electric bike out of the studio right now.
Super manly. Super manly.
So,
I'm indifferent. I'm on some bikes I love them, some bikes I hate them.
I haven't figured out how to wheelie well though.
Yeah. My 450X, it's a Recluse bike. It's got a terrible clutch. This bike,
actually, remember all that testing we did
Yeah.
on the 450X to develop that and get it right?
we did a ton.
Yeah. That was a
That was a perfect application. That was a fantastic application for that bike, for what I wanted to do with it, everything about it I loved it. This bike I would never do. Why?
Really?
I'm not sure. I'm not even sure why. I have had my reasons over the years. Now I'm not even sure.
I did it because I'm being serious here. I like to eliminate problems, and me touching the clutch is a problem. Like
It's not my problem.
If it's one thing that if it's one thing I don't have to do, then I never have to touch the clutch. I can be the laziest guy.
You don't have to say your hands
Sounds
down.
right.
It's already-
I feel that my clutch operating skills are pretty high level in general, and I don't need to do it.
Yeah, I am still under the very false assumption that I'm better than it.
Oh yeah.
So
Well, there's times there's times when it's an advantage, and there's times when it's a disadvantage.
Yeah.
And since Recluse doesn't sponsor the show, let's talk about the disadvantages. Oh no, just kidding.
I think for me it's because when I'm riding a 300, I want to be very aggressive. Like not aggressive in the sense of like riding it hard. Aggressive is in like my power delivery and everything. Because I'm trying to do something I can't do on another bike. Right? Like I'm trying to do something where I'm trying to load the bike and get it to give me a big giant explosive power from here to here because I want to do it. Not because I
What
need
is your
to
normal
do it.
bike? What do you ride typically?
Okay. But if I'm riding the 300, I just want to kind of
It's a
jib around.
two-stroke.
And,
You want to just
it's not fun, you know. Like,
Yeah, I get it.
Remember, talk to the microphone. This is a
Yeah.
podcast format.
Oh,
Sometimes I may not. I don't know. We can always upload it as a podcast, and you could feel like as you're driving, you could feel like you unhook the clip on the other
like
side.
you're desperately trying to get a motorcycle apart.
I'm doing the TPI.
So are they still making this exact bike? They still make it a 300 just like
Yeah.
this?
Well, now it's TBI. It's throttle body injection. So
So it's a little different.
Right there. Yeah, there, and then up. There we go. That's out of the way. And then the electric one there on the back. So we're disconnecting the lines, the electrical lines off the fuel injectors, which are TPI is twin port injection. So they're injecting the fuel directly into the transfer ports on the cylinder. So the other thing we have to do before we take this one apart, and this is another part I want to talk about that's a good part, is the clamp that is around the exhaust port, the exhaust flange.
Oh, that won't.
Because this cylinder will not come out without that tape.
Is that a
No.
don't break my exhaust flange off?
Don't break. It's basically don't break. Yeah, my cylinder, which is an expensive piece to replace. You know, if this cylinder is bad when we take it out, it shouldn't be, because
It feels pretty good still. I mean, I can't imagine it's terrible in there.
You know what is bad, Spike? I can tell already with my extensive knowledge of technical skills.
Yeah, that one needs to be loosened up.
Your grips.
When they're worn out?
Yeah.
Or is it because they're glue-ons?
No, the
What do you
feeling.
not like about?
What? No, they're are they glue ones?
Oh no.
No,
pretty good.
they're
Those
close,
are
right?
Nice.
Bro,
What are you talking about?
feel that.
Have you seen the size of my hands?
You have big hands?
No, little
Oh,
tiny.
yeah,
guys.
they are little hands.
Yeah, so I can't wrap my. So when my grips go to small diameter,
Oh,
pretty
I get
good.
it.
Hey, if the show is cutting out for you, just sign back in and then ask questions. Jay, your job was to read the questions. Did you get it off?
Try to get rid of me
I
again.
don't know where the other bolt went though.
Oh, I had one.
There's only one more question.
I have
Keep
the other one. It's still
Keep
Oh, no, I
kicking
wanna
me,
take
gents.
this up here.
I'll try to catch the next one. That's lane M. Keeps kicking me out.
Did we?
It should be it, right?
No, it's not. You know, it's still there. The spring. I was looking to make sure the spring, because one of the spring clips is on one of the bolts and the other one is not. So now we have to get the handy dandy 13 millimeter box end wrench that's been shaved down.
So, Junior, was there a time in your career, in your extensive racing career, where you actually had mechanics doing all this shit for you?
Yes.
Yeah, but for ISDE's sake,
There were.
you had to get
And you
good
just
at
like
this.
watch them, or you just like go chill and have a
No,
hands, or-
when I had good mechanics, I watched what they did.
Yeah, well, I figured.
I mean, I was a pretty good mechanic myself,
Uh-huh.
and the first
Prior,
years-
and then you got a mechanic, and then you're like,
because I had to be. You know, I started on crap motorcycles, and I literally had to be a good mechanic.
so you would kind of
to
watch
keep-
them tweak
keep
out on it a
running.
little bit.
Yeah, for sure, I would watch them, what they were doing to work on it, and see if there were better techniques. And most of my mechanics, they watch me work on it, and they're like, "You're a hack."
Well,
and then I, because if they were around, they were working on my race bike, and I was working on my practice bike. I didn't depend on that bike to get me to the finish line.
Right.
I was a lot more careful when I worked on race bikes, and when they work on race bikes, they were extremely careful. They weren't just trying to kind of get it done, and
Hey Jimmy, is this oil injection gonna stop when I unplug this, or do I need to find something to plug it with?
no, it'll drip a little bit, but not much.
well, the difference too between those guys is
You
you're
just gotta slide it back. Usually, I do a small screwdriver and put it in there. Whoa! John just stepped on my cat, which is okay.
But the difference is you can wrench on these things on the side of the trail with needle nose pliers and zip ties.
That's the idea.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah,
big deal.
Know how to do all those things. Should I take the spark plug out just to make it easier to get it?
Oh yeah.
Have you changed the spark plug in this bike when you did the time elastic? Never. That's the
No.
stock.
I've never changed the spark plug in this bike.
That's the stock spark
Which
plug.
cat
Wow.
was that?
Selma.
Impressive.
That was
Selma
Selma.
come around. Yeah,
Oh, I feel
Selma.
bad now.
Here, bud. She was probably over there just checking out.
That's
food.
200 hours, same spark plug. Wow. On a two-stroke. That's impressive.
It's the one with the long number on it. So I would never buy one of those because I guess they were really expensive back.
Is that gonna fit in there? I don't think so.
No, just 21 millimeter wrench.
Well, Jimmy, if I could have found one of those, I'd have handed you that.
It's 2 drawers down. It's the drawer that's not open that's above the drawer that's open. Down one more. Oh, we gotta open up this stupid power valve on this side too. Any more questions in the chat?
Oh, let's check.
Hey, if you have questions
There's a lot.
about what we're doing, throw it up in the chat.
And I'll do my job.
We'll answer them.
Yeah.
Tonight on the show, we have Big John is back helping me tear this bike apart, and Jay wants me to try some lime with my tequila, and I told him no.
And onions on your tacos.
Oh, no. None of those.
Onions and limes. We're going to transfer Jimmy to
I was hoping that
some
was.
real taste.
Yeah, somebody tried to tell me that there was no onions in some food I ate the other night.
You let me know when you're ready for tacos. It'll take about 15 minutes. I'll make bomb Carnitas tacos with no onions.
Now it'd be.
Yeah,
I think it's this one.
This top end's gonna be off in a few minutes.
No, I'll make it.
You can catch up on. If you've missed out on what we're doing, you can always go and subscribe and like.
You want me to make Carnitas? You like all
Did
the
the-
stuff on it,
did the camera start-
Oh, yeah, tacos, yeah.
Did the camera start following you, John? Look at you.
Sure did.
It likes John better than me. We've known this for a little while now.
Just over here trying to find a deep dish 21 because I can't find anything else.
Let me see your glory in the camera here. Deep 21? No. Just use
I
the
can't find a wrench. I can't find a.
wrench is right in here. Open this drawer up. There'll be a 21 in here.
Okay.
Not
I feel like I've looked through
19.
it 5 times.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if I took it out to another 22. The 22 will work.
I
Here.
couldn't get it to work.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't use this part here? Watch this.
Oh. Really?
Did it work? No. Okay, there's a spark plug wrench in there someplace. So I was going to show you the slop that is in the other power valve cover. It's really not that bad. I mean, considering the last
What's it look like?
10 hours of this, 15 hours of
Oh.
this bikes was first full on first gear, second gear type technical trails.
That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful.
Really clean. So we were looking inside the
I mean,
exhaust power valve cover that the chamber, it's kind of like the exhaust port chamber. So when the power valve opens, it opens up these sub ports and it increases the exhaust volume.
They leak from the moment you put them on, so.
I have a 21 someplace. Hold on. Here's the adjustable 21.
There you go. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, we have the adjustable 21.
Apparently I couldn't find that.
So thanks for joining in. Again, we have a Big John here helping us out in the shop, and Jibber J dropped by. He is
All right, Jimmy. We're gonna have to
going to
talk.
make Carnitas tacos for us. So live from the shop. Ask your questions in the chat.
Oh, Jimmy, we're gonna have to talk about how tight that is.
That is really tight. Hold on, I have a thing we can tap on it with. That's why the 22 wouldn't take it off.
That is.
Spark plug appears to be kind of welded into the top of the cylinder head from lack of maintenance. Well, I told you that is the stock spark plug.
Yeah.
That's the stock. This bike we
What do you
think
mean?
it's
I thought the
200.
TPIs got rid of spark plugs every 2 hours.
I thought they fouled every time you started them too, but evidently I've never taken mine out. Is there a lot of gap in there?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'd say so.
Yeah, so this spark plug that we just pulled out, that's never been out of this bike, at least 200 hours, it's got a big gap.
I'm thinking it's missing some material.
Yeah, that's okay. So I'm tearing. People are like, "Why are you tearing it apart?" Because it felt like it needed it, and the time dictated that it needed to be torn apart. But also the performance. So, and then what John asked me at the beginning of the show, one of the first things he asked me was like, what made you want to tear it apart? And so there was a certain performance thing. This could absolutely be the culprit for some of the lack of throttle response, the lower compression feeling.
Lack
This-
of spark.
This is not, yeah, but when the spark is, the gap is that big, and that can actually be hard on the ignition.
Oh yeah.
Because it's trying, it has to throw a
It's
bigger,
much longer
yeah,
arc. It's
longer
more of a
arc
farther
spot,
arc,
so-
so it's.
yeah, I will get a new spark plug. So the things you learn. If I had that thing that goes doo doo doo, that if you should know.
The bell chime.
So do you have the 13 to get that one bolt off on the power valve cover?
Not, do you?
There we go. You can do the glory there. So we're this top end. How long does it take to do a KTM top end? Well, right now it's 2 beers. Exactly. And
1.5 on it.
thanks to John, yeah, there would be no beer here, but there's a reason I do this for this podcast. So the things I do to deliver the information. So again, our sponsors, Bulletproof Designs.
Oh, they are a sponsor.
Yeah, Bulletproof.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't sent him an invoice lately, but he says send me an invoice. I actually need some parts.
I was in the middle of.
So I just sent him an invoice and a parts order. What else do we have going on? Of course, Yamaha. I have not. When I ride Yamaha, I rode my.
450 looks dirty. Or is it
No.
250?
No, I cleaned it off. It's good. I rode it. It's been a while. Tenere. I've been riding the Tenere adventure bike riding. It's still in the motorhome. It's really dirty.
I'm this close, Jimmy.
To another Tenere.
I'm this close to my third Tenere.
So the new Tenere, they made some big changes to it. Scott Hoffman from Dirt Bike Test,
Big changes.
just good big changes. Like they actually moved the clutch cover so that thing doesn't stick out and hit your leg, and they put a bigger foot peg on it. These are things I've not yet seen.
I got the world's biggest legs, so
It's even better.
I don't usually have an issue with where the clutch cover is, but
Are you going to do the honors and pull that cylinder out?
oh yeah, no, I was
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna have John pull the cylinder off. Hopefully, maybe I squat down here, I can get the camera controller. If the internets are cutting out on you, it's actually on our end. We're having some technical difficulties. There we go. I pushed the wrong button and it affected something. We would have had another computer or another camera in here and we could have gone like a good angle. The less dirt that falls in there, the better, I always say.
Yeah.
So I'll grab that thing from this side.
So I have this technique
So
when I'm building
The
motors.
extraction is complete. So here's our cylinder. I have
Oh, would you look at that?
80-hour piston.
I'm thinking you just recently lost some of that.
Lost some of what?
I'm thinking you just recently lost a little bit of your spark plug.
Oh wow!
Look at
Something went through that.
that. It didn't go through it, but it just like broke the carbon. See right there? You can see like a little copper on the end.
Yeah. So we are learning some stuff right now. I'm gonna try to let me fix my computer so I can adjust the camera and not screw up the whole show. Let's see here. Let's see if I can do this here without messing stuff up. Where did that controller go? Here we go. And we'll find out real soon if this messes some stuff up. Okay, here we go. Oh, stay down here. Come on. Try to turn the tracking off.
Going down for real.
There we go. Okay, so this is the cylinder here. That's an interesting burn pattern inside there. I know it's kind of hard to see
How do you tell how many
on the
people are
internet.
listening?
Millions.
Do a thing.
Yeah, it's let me look. I can kind of tell. The problem is we've been
140.
14 million. Yeah, it's just like your financial statements. You know, you want to see how many they have.
You guys got a lot done once I left.
Well, it's the easy part.
Yeah, we were there, you know.
Oh, that still looks a little cooked, that piston.
Cooked.
Is that no? I mean, I don't know. I don't look at these every day.
I might put that back in.
So it's not bad? It doesn't look bad?
It's not too bad.
For 200 hours?
I don't know. I haven't really looked at it yet.
Would
I've been trying to run these cameras.
In your opinion, would this
This is the
be a
problem.
ring
If I
top?
had-
Would you still do
If I had some kid in here,
Since you're there,
or somebody that knew how this stuff worked.
Yeah.
So what I want to see, I'm
Yeah,
gonna grab my
some
little
stuff.
flashlight.
If I was 20 years old and trying to race,
If you're in a hurry, but you're already right there. And it's not that much more money. It's boom, boom, right?
yeah, well, they are now.
You got some dirty oil in here, though.
Yeah, dirty oil.
What do you mean?
Okay, this J here is not necessarily the mechanic.
Most definitely not.
Yeah.
I have wrench, but I'm not a mechanic.
Yeah. So what we have here, so a couple of things. It's important not to mess with that base gasket. I mean, to just throw it away because I'm going to measure it. Because KTM's have adjustable base gaskets.
Oh, wow.
This is actually really clean.
Really?
There's a certain amount of oil down here. There's like some residue. That's good because that way when you start your bike up, so I just put my finger in there and just dabbed into a
And you
little
just ripped the
pile of
and you
oil.
just ripped the gasket when you did that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're not reusing the
Okay.
gasket, but I want to measure the thickness.
Some of it comes up when you pull the cylinder.
So I know what thickness the gasket is, and then I'm going to grab my little circlip pliers, my little guys over here,
Motors don't run side to side.
and
Sometimes that
I'm
airing wears out, right?
Yeah, it's really your own. I mean, unless it's like obnoxiously sloppy, but the motor's never. You think about it, once the piston's inside the cylinder,
Right.
it's not trying to move back.
it's really working on going up and down. That is an interesting. I got to get this. So I got to get this piston off, and then I can discuss it a little more because there is one mark. There's one mark up on the top. I'll go ahead and grab it. There's one mark up on the top that is interesting. Another thing I do when I get into here is right now
Disconnected.
I smartly grab. No, that's our internets are bad.
Is it because you're so far away from your router? Do you have a router?
Yeah, we don't know. It's the stuff. I know this.
Yeah.
I know how to make this stuff work.
Well, you gotta be close to your router, wherever the wire was. Router is. It's your
It's-
house.
Hey, I'm actually getting an upgrade. They're going to put fiber in here.
You should get one of them like booster things.
It's running through wires.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyhow, so one of the things I just did is now I'm going to pull out pieces that could fall into the bottom end. So I wrapped a paper towel around there. So if this circlip, which it will, goes flying, it's not going to go into the bottom end, which means I have to find a magnet or turn it upside down. Let's see here.
Hey Jimmy, Jay Clark says you don't have to put a rag in because the circlip's made out of steel and you can get it out with a magnet.
Did he say that?
He did say that. Oh, don't quote me there.
No, he didn't say it in the chat.
Oh no.
No, absolutely not. And the other thing I do is I know when I put the circlips in, I index them upwards, so the gap is up, and I always check. So there's two things I check on 4-strokes. I even check like where the rings end up. You know how much they migrate around. Which,
You're going balancing.
yeah, I'm just checking stuff out. So I'm looking to see, has this circlip moved, and is it in a different place than it, when I installed it. And
mine's like 10 o'clock.
yeah, on this one,
Do you put it at noon normally? Where would it go?
Straight up and down.
Yeah, you. Yeah.
this one is actually moved down to where the groove is, where the opening is.
Wow.
So this one's moved around a little bit. Because I'm sitting here trying to put my tool in there. And
That can dictate a little bit of wear.
yeah,
How old are you, Jimmy? 60, 50, late 50s?
5 million. I'm 56 or
56.
57.
That's impressive. You don't need glasses to work on this stuff. That's impressive.
So I need a light. The lights in here are bad. Okay, got it. Like a surgeon. Hold that circlip out.
I suppose it is a tech tip, but don't use a screwdriver to do that. You don't need to pull them out with a screwdriver. You're just gonna fling that thing into your eyes. Probably gonna gouge the thing out.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is the if you need a driver to get the pin out, which I don't know if I needed, but
It's going to help you about it?
3/8
It does
inch.
work good.
3/8 inch. I don't know. I don't need that right now.
Oh,
Okay.
you said the light was bad.
So I can drive the pin out. Use this to tap that. Try not to put a side load on
But
it.
not with a hammer.
Yeah. Well, I'm just tapping on it lightly. I like hammers. They're a good tool. Incoming?
Are they going to push out?
No, because I got the clip in there. So the reason we're doing this again, why are we tearing apart the KTM 300? Here, hold the piston back. I would go over and do it. I'm trying to do a podcast and tear a KTM 300 apart at the same time. And listening to the show it's coming? Here.
It's coming.
Yeah, let's tap it a little bit lighter.
He's in there pretty good for a piston that doesn't look like it got very hot.
This one got hot.
Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Here we go. Okay.
The piston doesn't look too bad, but the wrist pin got.
Oh, that's not bad.
Oh no, but I mean it definitely got hot.
Yeah. So we just pop the wrist pin out, pop the piston out, and I want to see that mark on the top. So here we go.
Little debris.
Here's the piston. There's a little ding. God, what is that?
It's got like copper on it. And I know the top of that piston wouldn't copper.
Yeah, something could have gone. Let's get the pin out.
Gobbled something up.
Got this piece here. So careful with the microphone. Remember, that's our microphone that we're working with here. So top end is completely disassembled. Of course, my camera angles are horrible. This show could be the worst episode ever. I'm just really trying to make the best episode, but it just comes out this way.
Could be.
I need to put on. Hold on. I know Jay just said I don't need glasses, but I got one. Like there's at least one lens in here, so I'm gonna focus in on that to see what it is. I have to close one eye. That is really weird. So it's almost like a chip of carbon.
Yeah, but it's left something behind.
No, I don't think there's anything left behind. I think just a piece came out. If you look, there's other places on the piston here where there's a couple little other chips that looks like they've fallen off. So
Should we look at the head?
there's a little carbon billet. Yeah, there's nothing on the cylinder head. Oh, so that thing looks beautiful inside.
Yeah.
And I mean the rings, in reality. So when I've been looking up in the exhaust port, this is what I'm seeing, which is, it looks like the rings are doing their job. And then there's a little bit of blow by on the side, but a lot of that could be just caused by the transfer ports kind of throwing it up in there. And like John had said, had this bike ever gotten really hot, he thought it's one time, for some reason there wasn't a whole lot of coolant in it, and it had a hard day. But this piston looks really good.
Is that
what's a Vertex?
Vertex or throwing in piston?
Yeah, so it's a Vertex. It's not the OEM. I didn't buy it from KTM. I got it through Vertex.
Okay. Is that a different model?
No, they're the same as the stock ones.
Okay.
That's what comes stock in the KTM 2-strokes. And overall, it's looking really good. Here's the wrist pin, and there's you can see it's gotten warm but not hot. And then so what I'll do is
just warm enough to burn the oil off of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this back in here and then go to the rod and check everything. Because at 200 hours, this is where I start going, is it time to do the crank? And like I said at the beginning when we started tearing this apart, I may pull the motor and kind of see. It's like now I'm starting to go, I'm going to look at the reed valves and I'm going to look at all the stuff inside. So put
that big end bearing feels good.
Yeah, there's no up and down.
There's nothing.
There's no up and down at all.
Yeah.
In this, and then
that bottom end might last long enough that you're gonna have to worry about dry rotten crank seals before.
Yeah. Crank seals, or
No, that is an impressively tight bottom end for a.
Yeah, at least 200-hour bike.
Yeah.
And then the next thing,
and being, I mean, I know 300s are the staple of 2-stroke these days, but it is still considered a big bore 2-stroke. Like there's they build more bottom end pressure.
Yeah. And where did my flashlight go? I had it in my
Ground.
hand. Ground, right here. And so what I'm going to do now is take a look at the reeds up in there. Oh, they look brand new. Yeah, so the reeds look brand new. I mean, I'm thinking that the spark plug was the culprit for the power feeling, although I do not have any, I feel like I got my money's worth out of this piston.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of fun I had on this bike, but I could probably sell this piston to some kids that I know that are trying to race, and this is better than what they've got in their bike.
Yeah, and we've talked about it on previous shows before, and I still stand by. I would much rather pull that out and go, oh, okay, cool. The cylinder still looks good. Head looks perfect. Reeds are good. Everything's fine. Than picking up pieces of piston skirt off of the crank going, oh, great, cool. This thing came apart because I wanted 2 extra hours out of it. Or because I tried to stretch it to 110 hours instead of 100 hours.
Yeah, and I didn't really hear. Like I said, I heard a little bit of rattle, and there was a little bit of just it was more than normal. But that could have been. You're not leaning out of the way. You can just stand right. You can sit right there. That's how I moved because the camera followed me.
I was trying to dial in the
microphone. Yeah, that's all right. That. So, yeah, overall pretty satisfied with what I see. But the other thing is I'm also going, okay, time to get the suspension serviced. And I was just like, maybe I'll just frame this sucker. And I'm at the point now where, like, I think I'm going to put a piston in it and send the suspension off, or take the suspension in there and do a little service.
Those forks feel really odd. Odd.
How's that?
They almost feel stiff, but they're so, like the first initial stroke is so soft.
This is the real Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. How many guests have you had that came and made you tacos for Tech Talk and brought you tequila?
With no onions.
No onions. No,
Yeah.
honestly, that's a serious question.
0. Jay, you're the winner guest.
I haven't got kicked out yet.
Yep.
My favorite already.
Right?
Even though he said my bottom end looked dirty.
I mean, I don't know, dude. I just, yeah.
Okay, do we have any questions now that you're back?
Dude, how is that?
Yeah, how's the questions?
No, how's tacos, dude?
Make tacos.
People don't watch this thing. It's the same thing. Nothing.
No
keeps
new
kicking
ones.
me out. Nope, keeps kicking me out.
No, it's up. It's on our end. Something's going wrong. You're gonna have to watch this on the YouTubes when we put it back up.
Yeah, Jordan called too and said the reception's bad.
Oh, I've been fantastic.
Good, right? First time. How long have you been doing this podcast or this show? Couple years. 5 years.
Delivered. Hey, the Carnitas is good.
Yes, dude. Right?
It's crunchy. And you made it in your motorhome.
Yes, it's a van.
Van. Not a motorhome?
It's a van
Why isn't it a motorhome?
Van life, bro.
because it's only 19 feet.
Oh, so it's like my motorhome too.
That you can't say van life, bro. If it's a motor.
I'm not one of those weird like.
Van life.
But dude, is that the real? Right?
That's what I don't.
I wanted to bring something to your platform that no one else had done. Besides being a kook, and that's easy. That comes naturally for me. But I wanted, you know.
Everybody, Jibber J, Moto Middleton.
You can win people's heart over with
Yeah.
food because it goes closer to their heart. Once they put it
If you ever see me posting snowboard videos, it's with this dude. Yep. Take this.
Sometimes snowboarding, but you've been skiing more. But you snowboard for me.
But I ride electric bikes now too, so
Yeah.
it's just going around in circles
We
here.
have fun together. I appreciate our friendship, Jimmy. But I'm glad I could bring something a little different.
Yeah. If you're missing these tacos, they're super.
There's
good.
more. Come down. We got them going in the van.
In the van. Van life.
Van life, bro.
And tomorrow we're gonna be popping wheelies on a Yamaha TTR 230.
We are?
Yeah.
Whew.
We gonna be doing that, Jay?
That's tonight.
Tonight. No, they don't have a headlight.
Ooh.
You must have had some tequila.
I don't drink. I rarely drink.
Yeah. I mean, that's why you're going, hoo, hoo, hoo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
be
don't drink
careful.
that much.
Well, it's,
You remember me back in the day, I used to load my pockets with Coors Lights when we went skiing and snowboarding or anything. I'd have
Right.
bags of Coors Lights, but I'm an adult now. I've somewhat grown up.
So if the show's cutting out and dropping out, 14 million people watching right now. Okay. You know what?
Oh.
We wrecked the show by, you know what, there's something here that needs to be reloaded. And see what's going on. Here, I'll sit down. See, we're gonna try to get this. Oh boy! So I'm sorry, everybody. On my thing, I lost all the chat logs.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
You got
And then-
copies.
no, it just disconnected here again.
Oh, wow.
Well, it reconnected, but it disconnected. So if we ignored, if you're lucky enough to last this long, oh, it's dropping out on all the forums.
Yeah, here's your plate. You threw away.
So yeah, welcome to our life. I know how to tear a motorcycle apart. I can eat some tacos and have a little tequila on the show, but I cannot manage this stream. And
We're gonna get this dialed in. We just a couple more episodes. We're just kind of getting warmed up to it.
The only one that's actually holding is the YouTubes.
Okay.
Nope, YouTube just dropped. It went offline. You know the worst part is it's so hard to.
To tell when something goes wrong.
Well, yeah, it just the computer beeps and you're over there trying to say something
Yeah.
and that dies. The good thing is that it'll record it. In reality, with this show, I should record these and then edit them properly, not do what we're trying to do, which is too much, unless I have like, 6 assistants and some cameras. But thanks for helping me tear that top end apart, John. That was good. It was good to see.
I do think, Jimmy, these forks are weird feeling, man. They have such an initial like softness to them. You know what it feels like? It feels like it's got like A-kit fork seals in it. You know how like A-kit's got that really crazy, like the first 2 inches of travel
super
from
plush. Okay.
top out is super plush, and then I don't want to say packs up because that's a bad suspension word, but you can feel it progressively gets much stiffer right there. So almost like, I imagine, I've never ridden this bike, but I imagine it's got that beautiful like compliant, easy to steer, like, no bump steer when you're riding it, but still has enough that, if you want to be aggressive on it, you can kind of smash it into something.
So that is Kreft suspension, which is no longer in business, and it's about $2,800 of suspension work.
Okay.
So they've taken the stock KTM open cartridge stuff and basically made it A-kit.
Okay.
And interestingly enough, the last time I rode,
So I just BS'd my way right through exactly what that thing's got.
Exactly what they did to it. Yeah, it's funny. You can feel that. And we just, last time I was riding with someone who had the kit suspension on his KTM 300. And I like this better. He was playing around with his shock. But this, like I said, this was set up for me. My shock went back 2 or 3 times to them because I wasn't super stoked on it.
Okay.
And they were kind of, I think the first setup they gave me was a little more desert racy because they knew where I was at. I'm like, no, I want a trail riding bike.
Yeah.
And we went back and forth.
KTM 300.
And then it was like, wow, you want it that stiff, but you want it to move. I don't remember the exact dialogue, but we went back and forth a couple times. That's what suspension tuning is like.
Yeah.
And they took notes and made it better. The forks were good from the day one.
Forks feel really
And they have an extra adjuster in there that kind of controls the mid stroke, which really is helpful.
Because that's what because I pushed it in here and kind of like when it still had the motor and the tank on it and stuff like that. And you know how you do. You pick it up and you move it around a little bit. And I pushed up and down a couple times, and it caught me off guard because I thought that it was really unbalanced.
Yep.
Like I went to push on it, it was like it had very slow rebound in the rear, and I was like, oh, like the forks are really stiff and the rear shock's not. But then after I kind of played with it a little bit, I got a little farther down in the stroke. I was like, oh wow, okay, these are cool.
I think I'm going to break the podcast by pushing on all these buttons.
All right.
It actually shows that we're reconnected, which is strange, and it tells me we're waiting for messages, which is no good. So what I have to do is I have to open up a whole nother browser here. And this could break the internets too.
Don't worry. George texted me 40 minutes ago and said your internet sucks.
But you know what doesn't suck?
Tacos.
Carnitas tacos don't suck, dude.
Yeah.
Round 2.
I'm trying to fix this.
People don't want to watch you fix stuff.
No, motorcycles maybe.
Talk to Mark.
Not the internet.
He's trying to deal with.
Yeah, we're dropping 97% of our frames.
He told me there's 100-something people watching our views or something.
Yeah.
Well, we've tried to wreck that multiple times. If I can just figure out how to.
I think if they knew we had tacos like this, you'd have a line outside.
Oh yeah.
Well, we should do a viewer party.
I mean, that's a taco right there. Just basic, the crunchy carnitas, the cilantro. I gotta have the cilantro.
I'm really gonna try to go and answer all your questions right now,
And they're so easy.
but it could break the show again.
I put them in the air fryer. Put those carnitas in the air fryer. It's nice and crispy.
That's where they.
The show is not working from the shop. We're gonna have to. You're gonna have to go watch this and listen to it in a podcast format. Good. Actually, you show up at a Mexican restaurant.
I want to open a Hawaiian restaurant in Mammoth.
A Hawaiian Mexican restaurant?
No, just Hawaiian. There's enough Mexicans. We need some local food.
Yeah. I know, nothing like a little
But
bit.
that's pretty real. You had them at my house. I've been for you at my house too.
I have been in your house.
Yeah, I mean, I made tacos for you at my house.
They're not as good as these.
Really?
The van, you should just work out of the van.
Yeah.
There's nothing like the little bit of two-stroke oil and grease that I had on my fingers that just went into the tacos.
I don't want to take anything away from the tacos, but that probably helped.
Maybe that's what it was. little two-stroke.
So you got the piston off.
Yep, and I've determined that bottom end is as tight as can be. So what you want to feel, Jay, when you're doing this is you go in there and you grab that piston pin from both sides and you go up and down.
Right here, this. So to see how the feel is in the rod.
Because that's the way
that's in the rod.
So this would be like a small end bearing. That's easy to fix.
Yeah.
It's this big.
Right, there you got crack cases and do that whole thing. Yeah.
That's the one that really
I
matters.
own Suzuki's, I know about it.
Yeah, so
because when you buy a piston kit, it's gonna come with
With
this
all
wrist
that.
pin bearing already. So odds are the crank's not wallered out there.
What, and another stupid question,
Mm.
what makes the lower end go out? Is it just wear? Is it less oil? Is it too much heat? What would make a lower rod bearing or something go out?
So generally, contamination. So dirt or lack of oil,
Just heat.
those two things. No, well,
lack of oil is
overheating
heat,
could cause it, but that's hard to do. It's
Right.
really hard to overheat,
Right.
like a bearing and stuff like that.
The bottom end.
Generally, when bottom ends go out, it's because of contamination. So dirt gets past the air filter, and or somehow there's no oil in there. You didn't put oil in your gas.
So if dirt gets past the air filter,
Water got in there.
you're obviously going to have problems in the upper end too. That's going to be toast because your cylinder and your piston is going to be toast. It's going to
Right.
contaminate the lower end.
Right.
So how does this cylinder look when you inspected it?
It looks like brand new.
So you wouldn't even do anything. You wouldn't hone it or even get in there at all. You just leave it alone and put any piston rings in.
I mean,
Are you a ball hone guy or?
I don't always hone it. I'll take some really fine grit paper. I have a ball hone for it. I can run the hone through it.
Just you're already there.
So that cylinder head is clean enough right now where I don't really feel I need to take it off. The O-rings have been doing good. I don't know whether I've taken that cylinder head off before. I know I had. We found out I've never taken the spark plug out.
Did you know?
Oh,
Yeah, this is it, right?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
dude.
The gap
200
on it's ridiculous.
200 hours.
Oh, it's this camera. We're running this camera.
200 hours. Stock plug.
Yeah.
So the gap's really big. That looks big to me,
It's
right?
worn out.
Yeah.
And that could be the feeling I was getting
Yeah.
when I said it wasn't.
I mean,
it
for a
wasn't working.
two-stroke to not replace the plug that long is, I don't know. It seems like a long time.
I stand by. You can go to any forum in the world and they'll tell you that a TPI bike is junk. It just is what it is. You can't let the thing idle for 30 seconds or it fouls a plug. I rode this bike for 1 hour. It fouled 6 plugs. I mean, I know how Jimmy rides. That bike.
I lug him around.
That bike has probably spent 7 hours in a single day, never going faster than 10 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And vice versa. It's had fast days, but there's been full days that I promise you that bike has never gone faster than 10 miles.
Have you ridden with him a lot?
Yeah.
Has he ever made you cry?
Probably. He'll never know it because I'd be back there, but
I've almost cried.
I'm usually so far back there.
We've done some gnarly stuff up in the mountains. Yeah, like that chute. Remember that chute
And I'm
that we
joking,
went down
but-
last time? We rode down it. The
Yeah.
first time we went to it, it was like, hey.
But it was gorgeous that last time it rained.
I'm joking, but I'm not joking because he kind of gets off on watching people just suffer.
Well,
Kind of.
I'm a different guy.
My favorite part.
Well, but when I used to ride with you or whatever.
Yeah. My favorite part is because Jimmy rides so much and so many different bikes and stuff, that I try to tailor my life around riding with Jimmy, right? Because it's fun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool. I had a Beta 300 and rode it a bunch. We did a lot and we started doing a bunch of like Baker runs. And we're doing like big, long, 120-mile days on the bike. And we do like a couple of rows in a row. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to get a 450X. I buy a 450X. I don't think it's ever been to Baker.
Wow.
It spends all of its time stuck on rocks and
Oh yeah, well it's just
donkeying up and down.
wrong bike for the right trail, I guess.
Well, it's hard to pick when you wake up in the morning and go.
I just
Like,
do a little sniff. Where's the riding good?
I mean, a good ride to me is a couple hours. You guys go for an hour, like a day, 6, 7. My hemorrhoids, my butt, my back, my shit's faded after that. After a couple hours, I'm toast. I'm ready for a hot tub and chill. But these guys are not at the next level. But you can't complain either. It's like getting tattooed and complaining to your tattoo artist. You know what I mean? You want to ride with Jimmy and people that are experienced and learn something, but then when you're in it, you're just like, I'm done. You can't tell them that.
So now you're comparing me to a tattoo artist.
Well,
It's similar.
There
You're
is
not going to tell
something-
tattoo artists, are we done yet? I'm
There
going to
is
tell you, are we
something
done?
really-
You're going to be like, dude, you're a puss. I'm
Oh,
not
I thought
taking
you were talking about the finished product.
No.
This is why I don't have any tattoos.
There
I don't
is
either.
something
I have
inherently really cool about riding with Jimmy. Outside of like cool trails and
You're gonna learn something every time too.
Well, it boils down to what Jimmy was talking about when he used to have race mechanics. You watch those guys, and they'll show you the right way to do it, or at least the better way to do it most of the time, and they work back and forth with you, and it's like that's how you learn stuff. You can't. I've watched Jimmy ride hundreds of hours from standing there, just working with the classes and stuff like that. I've watched him ride a million times, but to ride with him is when you can kind of start to be like, it's a lot easier to pick up things and be like, hey, how did he do that?
Yeah.
Because I remember when we first started riding together, and I'd think to myself, and I'd be like, how did he do that? I went through the same line, we're going the same speed. Same line, same speed, and I'm like, and my departure was 3 feet further.
I think it's just repetition. It's just time and time and time and time and time.
But it was,
again.
But no, it's like so. What John's saying is there's a certain amount of training that goes into it.
Yeah.
But if you don't know, you don't know.
But yeah, exactly. That's probably the biggest thing. You don't know, and then you just try to do what the other person is doing.
Yeah.
But they did something that you don't even know exists. Like like even when it comes to mechanics. Like you're looking at stuff and you were checking the side.
I've replaced top ends before. I've raced a little bit.
Yeah, but you just right away you're like, oh, that's worn out.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that doesn't even
It doesn't
exist.
actually matter.
So it's not bad that you didn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just now you know that motors don't go side to side; they go up and down. Like rocking is bad. So there's some of that can play into rocking, but it's mostly just all up and down in a straight line.
Right.
And that had to be explained to me a long time ago, and then from doing them, I see different motors that do different things, and like it's like I said, it's experience.
Yeah.
But then when I run into a problem and I don't understand, I try to find somebody who knows, and like, hey, what about this? I just spent 3 days doing construction stuff, and I wish there used to be a podcast called Ace on the House, and it was Adam Carolla, who's a really good entertainer, and he used to do this thing called Ace in the House. It was a podcast where him and his buddies would just shit around and talk about like building stuff, and people would call in and they'd ask him questions, and you know how to do it, just like you can do with this show. Of course, our stream is so bad that you can't ask the questions that you want to ask right now. It says hooray. No, it says hooray. See, it just said disconnected again.
Hey, so just next Tuesday, we just got to find another 300 that needs.
Okay, next Tuesday we'll redo the. Yeah, I got another one right there. I don't know how many hours are on it. I don't know anything about it.
That bike is way too nice for you.
Hopefully this comes out as a good audio format, and we'll just skip it on the YouTubes, or maybe we'll edit it down into this last little discussion where we talk about what we did. What we did was Big John came by, brought some beer. Jibber J showed up, brought some Carnitas tacos. Super solid Carnitas tacos for Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. This is the show where we talk about motorcycle and motorcycle related products, but we do not know how to do the internets, and the internet screwed us tonight. The internet gods cut our stream. In fact, it's dead right now. We are at a 97.5 death rate right now on this chart that I have up on the screen that's right up there. But we accomplished everything that was important to me. I'm looking inside of a KTM 300 cylinder. The only reason I drink is to do this show.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, no, this show makes me drink. And look, hey, more tequila. So, and we had some really interesting discussions. So I'm sorry you weren't able to be part of it. Maybe we'll do a live show where I tear a bike apart, and then you don't have to use phones. We used to have call-in lines.
That 450 probably needs valves.
Why is that?
So early 2000s Honda 450.
No, that's like an 08. The 450s were never a problem with the valves.
I thought that
You shouldn't have said that out loud on the podcast because Jerry might be watching and that's his bike.
I felt like 03,
and he's paranoid. That bike's here because he wants me to. That thing's cherry.
Oh no, it's beautiful.
It's here because he wants me to make sure it's cherry for him. So of course, the battery was dead, and he wants me to put a license plate bracket on the back of it, and a brake light or something. So, not that I run a shop, I just do things for buddies that do things for me. Because we always say, if you help me, I'll help you, or something like that, or you help me, help you.
Something like that. Let me help you, help me, help.
No, I think the one that's better is, I'm not happy till you're not happy. That's it. That's the one. Oh, hey, we didn't really talk about the the clamp around the exhaust flange. I wanted to show that thing. I'm going to switch the camera here
I
real quick.
hear about those things all the time, and I've never bought.
So this is what we're talking about, the flange that goes around the exhaust port. And it just encircles it, so if your pipe gets really dented, it doesn't blow the cylinder out.
So is the idea of that to encase the exhaust port so it doesn't blow out the side?
Yeah.
Or is it so it doesn't blow off of the cylinder?
So it doesn't break this. So this here, this thing basically bolts on to, you put it on here, this thing bolts on here like this, and it just gives it extra strength. And I mean, you have to take a pretty big hit to cause that to break, but when it breaks, you can't buy this piece separate.
So you got to buy the cylinder.
I'm pretty sure you could find another one of these on a guy who has a roach cylinder, but these cylinders are hard to get, and everybody's getting them replated, so there's not many of these, and they are matched.
Oh,
It's a machined match in there. And so I've heard of guys replacing this, and then all of a sudden they have power valve problems. So just something you could know. But that's, I wanted to kind of mention this little part right here. I don't know who made this one. I don't know where. There's a logo on it. I would hope that they
make one.
Yeah. Bulletproof Designs. Check to see if they make them. I should know, but I bought this bike with it on there. Whoop. That's how it came. And if you want to see the piston, here's the piston. For all those people that are fast forwarding through this, this is a 80-hour, at least 80-hour KTM 300 piston on a 200-hour bike that was still running on the stock spark plug. And if you can see the gap in there against my bald skull, yeah, I never replaced that, but hey, things work. I don't know about all these start procedures that these guys do and all of the other crazy things that make them foul spark plugs. I really don't know.
It has to be like a let it idle for 10 minutes type of thing. Like it
You
has
can
to
use that sink to clean everything out. So I don't know how the van life thing is. By the way, tacos.
It's the real deal.
Courtesy of Moto Middleton.
I don't show up empty-handed. That's one rule. 3 people never show up empty-handed.
So sorry that the chat didn't work. Sorry the show is connection lost. That's really bad.
Is this yours?
And we'll try to figure out how to make this better in the future. So with that, it's beeping so many times, disconnected, reconnected. I have no idea how many separate streams we're on the YouTubes, but we'll get better eventually.
This is a chainsaw tool.
Yeah, exactly. It's for a steel chainsaw. I know that. Yeah. But John was looking for a spark plug wrench, and that showed up. So as always, thanks for joining in to the worst motorcycle podcast known to man.
But the best tacos.
Best tacos.
Yeah, we do our best.
Yeah, we do our best. Then if you want to come in and intern and learn how to work on stuff like this, but you know how to work on these buttons on this computer, I have 3 separate studios we do this from, and every one is a complete disaster. So with that, everybody, I'd like to say for Big John, for Jibber J, I'm Jimmy Lewis, and we'll see you out on the trail. So I'm going to stop streaming and stop recording, although I should have done that a long time ago.
Just out here doing our
I don't
best.
even know how to turn this thing off half the time.
At some point.
If you liked what you saw in this video, come check us out over at dirtbiketest.com on the webs. We have bike tests, product tests, a lot of fresh dirt, and you can even support us by clicking through our links. Hopefully, we'll see you out in the trail.